Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and today in this video just I will discuss about SAS. First of all, I will discuss what is SAS and how you can install SAS in your project, and after that how you can write the code in SAS. Okay, so guys, now I will start this video. So here you can see I have opened an index.html file. Okay, and it's a basic structure of HTML file, and I have the style.css file. You can see, so that link I have added here. You can see, so if I open the project structure, so JavaScript is the folder name and CSS is the folder name. So here is the style.css. You can see CSS folder, after that style.css, and then index.html file. Okay, and images and JS folder, that is not needed. Okay, so I am not showing that one, this. And now guys, here first of all, if you know little bit of CSS, so then SAS, it's a very it will be very simple to you. Okay, because SAS, it's a same of CSS. Okay, but we use SAS just for structurize our code, and in a SAS we just write less of code than CSS. Okay, so that is the difference between SAS and CSS. So now guys, here I will say, I want to clear one thing, that is here I will not show you SAS, I will show you SCSS. Just notice SCSS. So now you are thinking what is SAS and what is SCSS. So just here I am writing, one is SAS, this one, and another is SCSS. So now you are thinking what is SAS and what is SCSS. Those are the different, but it's not. Both are the similar. Okay, but guys, why I'm saying the two different thing? Because guys, first of all, if you know the CSS, so before it was CSS. Okay, so when it was CSS, so that time we would use SAS. But guys, now CSS is updated. It's a CSS 3 now. Okay, so that time we use SCSS. So I hope SAS and SCSS different is clear. Okay, when it was CSS, then we would use SAS. Otherwise here SCSS, now we use CSS 3, so that time we use SCSS. Okay, so SAS is the old one, SCSS is the new one. Otherwise both are the same. Okay, it's clear. So now SAS and SCSS is clear. So now guys, here I will show you how you can install SAS in your project. So guys, first of all, you have to use Visual Studio Code. If you are not using Visual Studio Code, so then also you can use SAS or SCSS. Okay, here I will say SCSS because I want to show you SCSS. So if you are not using Visual Studio Code, so then you can also use, but here I am showing the Visual Studio Code. So here I will show how you can install SAS in Visual Studio Code. Okay, and it's a very simple. So just you have to be open your Visual Studio Code editor. You can see I already have opened. So now after that, just here you can see the in the left panel, here is the icon extension. You can see the icon. So just you have to be open this icon. I mean, you have to be click this icon. So after clicking this, you will get like this. So here just you have to be type live SAS compiler. Okay, after that, here just after typing this one, here you can see this icon. Okay, I sign, you can see, just notice here icon. So you have to be open this one, this icon. So after opening this, here you can see I have already installed, so that's why it's showing the uninstall, right? So here if you in your case, it maybe you didn't install. If you are newly watching SAS, so 100% sure that it will not be installed in your machine. So that's why you have to be just install this one. Okay, and after installing this one, so same thing, the uninstall button will be shown in your editor. Okay, so just you have to be installed. So after installing this one, okay, so after installing this one, what you have to be do, just here in this CSS, here now here I can just delete this folder. Okay, because I don't need the SAS, I mean CSS. Okay, so linked is just I will not delete now. So inside this CSS folder, what I will do, just I will create a file that's called SCSS. So instead of style.css, here I will create another file. The name I will write style.scss because I'm showing SCSS. Okay, and now link here, I'll just, it will be CSS. Why? Then that I will show you why I'm writing. I'm not removing this link. Why? Because this instead of CSS, here I change it style.scss. but linked I'm not removing. Okay, so one more thing you have to be noticed, style.css file is created. Okay, so after creating this one, here you can see after creating this style.css file, in the bottom I'm getting a new thing, that is watch scss. So you will get the same because I install scss compiler. So that's why after installing scss compiler and then I have created a style.scss file, so that time I'm getting this one. So what I will do, just I will click this one. Okay, and after clicking this one, you can see it's watching. So now whatever I will write here, suppose if I write any a tag or suppose color, anything. Okay, just if I any type anything and save. So now if I go to the project structure, so you can see automatically in the css folder I created only style.css file, but it's automatically created style.css and style.css.map file. Okay, it's automatically created. You will notice same thing also. So now just if a style.css.map, this file is not I will not show this thing, just I will open this file. Okay, so this file is automatically created, so that's why the link I didn't remove, because at least I have to be at this style.css link here in our project. Okay, and this style.css will be created automatically. So you can see, so now whatever I will write in this style.scss file, so that it will be compiled by the compiler here. You can see this class I haven't write in the style.css file. This one I had written in scss, but it's compiled and it's added in style.css. Now suppose the another class is b, and if I write the font size is like 40 pixel. Save. When I will press the save, if I go style.css, so you can see it's added automatically. How it's happening? Because you can see the live sass compile, this extension is running, right, and this one is compiling and it's added here. So here just notice this scss actually it's not a needed. Okay, I will not say it is not needed, but it's not making any changes. At least our browser, it's just I mean just our browser understand this style.css only, not style.scss. So that's why we need to compile it. So in the extension that it's compiling style.css, and I linked this style.css here, and when this project I will run in our browser, so our browser just it will render this one, means our browser understand only css, not style.css. If I remove this in scss, so whatever I will write in this class, and if I define this class in here, the css will not be affected. So now suppose if I write deep class a, right, and now here if I write hello, so save, and just I have to be open here another extension go live. So I will click this one, it will automatically open in our browser. Okay, you can see it's added hello, but any style is not changed because here in the a I have written and the class is a, so here I have written brown color, but style is not added because I linked scss. If I linked only css, so that time you will find here you can see color is changed. So our browser understand only css, so that's why always we have to be link css, not scss. Okay, so why we use scss? So scss we write the less of code is just for its easy to developer. Okay, we just we feel easy to write the code here. Now you are thinking it's the same thing, but when I will write the proper code in scss, then you will understand that is how easy it is. Okay, because now it's a same thing style in the scss and style dot css, right, but when I will write the proper code, so that time you can feel it is easy. Okay, so now what I will do, just I will remove this style.css file because it's not needed. Whatever code we will write in the SCSS file, okay, and the link will be CSS. Just remember this thing, okay. So now guys, here I will start to write some SAS code, okay. I mean how we write the SAS code, that I will write here. So just now I will remove this one, okay. So now guys, first how I will start. So here you can see when I was writing a color, so that time I was typing color and the color name, right? If I just undo this one, you can see I just here color and the color name. Suppose guys, B class is the separate one. Suppose here I need that color also, right? And this font size, suppose I have the another class dot C. So this font size CSS property I need here also. So guys, here you can see same font size, and the font size also same, and here color also same. But guys, I'm defining it the two times, right? But SCSS just give the advantage. What? We can add a variable, right? But in CSS we cannot add the variable. So just guys, here I will not close this style.css. I will open it, and here when I will save this one, this C class is added also here, okay. So now guys, I will show the variable. First thing, there is the four major thing in SCSS, so that I will show. First one is variable, right? The first of all variable, so I will show the variable. And the another is nested, okay, nested. And the another is mixin. So and another is parameter, okay. So these four things are the major thing in SCSS. I mean we just use those four things in SCSS, otherwise it's the same thing in SCSS and CSS, okay. So now guys, first of all I will just show you the variable. So what I will do, just here first of all I will add deep class name is A, okay, and content is hello. And here deep class name is B, and the here I will content hello creative developer. And the another here I will write deep class class name is C, and the content here I will write how are you. So whatever you can write, just for the demo purpose I have written this one. And now I will do save, and just I will open the browser. So you can see hello creative developer, how are you. So now what I will do, ABC, I have three classes. So here all first of all I define the three classes. So CSS property I will remove, okay, here also. So now first thing is variable. So variable, here we can define the variable in SCSS. So what I will do, just we write the dollar sign, okay, for defining a variable, dollar sign. Then here I will write the variable name is color brown, this one colon. So this is the syntax for defining a variable. And here just I will write the color name brown, like this, okay. So now guys, in the A class, suppose A class I need the brown color, B class I need the brown color. So that time we don't need to write brown color again and again. So same way here I will define the another color also. Suppose color is red, okay, and here I will define a red color. So just here I will define this red color, like this. Same way I can define the another color is green, okay. So variable name, these are the variable names. So you can write any name of this variable, but just remember you have to write the dollar sign just before the variable, okay. And here I will add the green color. So color I will add like this way in a variable, and after that where it's needed, so that time we will just use, okay. So now in the A, suppose here I need the color brown. So why I will write always brown, just I will copy the variable name from here and just I will paste here, right? So now it's a very simple, right? We don't need to define color again and again. Just simply we know whatever this, suppose this I'm making a website and this website base color is use brown, red and green. So I will define this color and just I will simply use the variable name, right? It's a very simple thing. Because guys, suppose why it's a easy, you are thinking if I would write brown color here also, so it would be the same thing. Suppose guys, this color also you have written here, so suppose guys you need to change the brown color, right? Because after just creating your css file, so that time just client is saying like this brown color concept will be changed and it will be a any other color, yellow color, right? So that time, now it's a very simple thing, a and b two classes I have used this brown color. But guys, suppose here if I used this brown color in a 1000 class, like here it's only a and b, but in a 1000 class I have used the brown color, so it's a very difficult to find all the classes and then change it, right? So that time what I will do, suppose if I used this variable name, so just here instead of brown I will, if I used this variable name, this one, so it's a very easy, right? Just here instead of brown I will change brown, I will change this yellow color, so here it will be change the color, right? You can see it's changed the color here automatically. So it's a very simple thing, right? So that's why SCSS is the better for the developer. Suppose the client is saying again it's not yellow is not needed, instead of yellow we just use this color. So just simply you will change in a variable and it's automatically will be changed here also. But if you write the just I have to be safe, this color dark brown, okay, save, and you will find, you can see it's changed. So here it's a very simple thing. But guys, if you write the color code here, so manually you have to be find where you use this color code and just change. It's a very simple thing. So the variable concept is clear. So same way guys, here you can define for a variable for anything, right? Like font, so you can use here font size variable name, it can be anything, but just know, remember before that you have to write the dollar sign. So font size 20, like this way you can define any variable and here you can write 20 pixel like this, okay? So suppose and another font size I will define, so font size 40 and here I will define 40 pixel. So here suppose this C here I need the font size 40, so just I will copy the variable name here like this. And suppose client is after changes all the css and client is saying no, font size it should be 60 instead of 40, so simply you can change here, no need to go here and change, right? Just here I have to be right font size, okay? So it's I hope it's clear. So just here I will save and I will show font size is changed or not. So you can see font size is changed. So this is the variable concept. So whatever you want to define, you can define in a variable, that totally depend on you how you can maintain your style.scss file for your advantage, okay? So now variable concept is done. So now I will just okay, just leave it. Now guys, nested, okay? So what is nested? So just I will remove this one, okay, because now I will show the nested. So and here I will remove this one. So nested, for the nested, just here I will show you the example using ulli a tag, because that will be very easy to show. So suppose here I will write deep class and the class name is a, okay, and after that ul, then you know guys how we write ULLI. So ULLI, and inside this li tag we write anchor tag. Here I will write, suppose you are making a menu, so home. After that I will just copy this li tag a about, so like this way. Then here I will write contact, so you can see, just I will open, you can see like this. Now guys here, so first thing nested means guys, here you can see, just I will format document so it will be structurized. So here you can see nested means, I will remove this one. So first thing is parent and child concept that we called nested in SCSS. So here is the parent, you can see this one A, right? You can say it body is the parent, but I'm not using body, just I will start to write CSS, or you can say it SCSS from this div class A. So the parent is A, after that you will, then li, then anchor tag. So what I will do in the CSS, how we would write that code. So first of all we would write A, suppose A padding, padding is padding is 40 pixel, background is suppose this color, okay, any color. And now inside this A class there is the ul, so A then ul, and here we would write like, suppose padding 0, margin 0. So after that ul there is the li tag, so I will just copy this one, then li tag. So li tag list style type is none, and display is inline block. So after this li tag there is the anchor tag, so I will just copy here and anchor tag. So here just I will set color is, I will add this color, and font size is suppose 40 pixel, font size 40 pixel, and the another thing, text decoration none, right? So this is the simple CSS. If I save and if I show, so you can see home, about, contact, and here the another thing I will add, the margin margin right is it will be 15 pixel. So save, and here you can see home, about, contact, margin right I will write here not 15, 20 pixels suppose, okay. And this background color I will change. So the background color, you can see when I'm changing the background color, now I used this only one place, so that's why it's easy. But if I would use this background color many places, so that time it's a difficult. So background color, what I will use, this brown color, so just I will add this brown color here also, this one, and the font color I will add white, okay. So like this, so save, you can see it's showing like that, okay. So now guys, it's a simple CSS I have written, nothing SCSS, you can see. So guys here you can clear, it's that thing also, that simple CSS we can write in SCSS file, because SCSS is the actually CSS, right? So now guys, this one I will convert to SCSS. So how we can write the nested, the second topic is nested, so this one I will write as a nested. So here you can see first parent is A, after that here you can see ul, so I have written here A then ul, so A already have written here, so why I will write here dot A then ul. So this ul I will cut from here, and just inside here I can write like this way, so that means A then ul, right? So I will remove from here. Now you can see A, then UL, then LI. So I have written A, some CSS, UL, some CSS, and inside UL there is the LI tag. So this one I will cut from here, and just inside UL I will paste. This one I will remove. So after that, here you can see A, UL, LI, A. So here inside li there is the anchor tag. So I will cut from here, and the inside li I will just paste anchor tag. So now you can see this one is converted into a SCSS, right? So I will save, and if you find CSS, so it's compiled, but it compile as a CSS format. Okay, and this one actually browser understand, but for just your benefit, you have written like this. So if you want to find anything, it's very simple. You just, if you want to find related to A, so it's very simple. You can go here A, and there you will find it like this. Okay, and if you go to the browser, so you can see it's same thing, because this one is the SCSS format. So now one more thing, I have written the background color, this one, but here I already defined the background color is a variable. So I will copy this variable, and just here I will paste the variable name only. Okay, and I have used this color, white color. So white color, maximum time we use white, black color, these are the very common color. So that's why here I will create a variable. I will write color white. Okay, and here I will set the color code like this, and here just I will paste the variable, not color. So this one. So if I save, and you will find same thing. Okay, but it's a, you can see now it's a structurized. Okay, and the font size I used 40 pixel. So what I will do, font size 40 pixel, I have defined a variable here. So I will cut from here, and 40 pixel here. Okay, so now this is done. And now guys, here one more thing, here I will show you in the next step, that is hover effect, click, focus. Suppose guys, when I will hover this anchor tag, so that time I want to change this anchor tag color. So hover, you can see hover is, it's not just inside this A, right? It's not anchor is the parent, because those are the parent and child relation. A is the parent, then UL is the child. You can see the structure here. A is the parent, then UL is the child. After that, inside this UL there is the LI tag. LI is the child, and LI child is anchor tag. So parent and child relation. So that's why I have written like this way. But guys, hover, this is not a parent child relation. This is hover is the inside this anchor tag. Okay, so that's why, so it's a inside this anchor tag. So I will write here, I mean inside this anchor tag, because when I will hover this anchor tag, so that time I want to add something. So inside this anchor tag I will write hover. Okay, like this. But guys, remember, hover is not a parent and child. Hover is not a child element of this anchor tag. So here I will write and sign, and hover, I mean when I will hover on this anchor tag, and when I will hover this anchor tag, so that's why it's a and sign. So when I will hover this anchor tag, suppose I want to change the color this yellow color. Okay, color you can, if you think this color is the very common color, I mean you will use this color in maximum time, so you can define it in a variable. But now the variable concept is clear, so I'm not defining it into a variable, just hover I'm showing. Okay, so save. If I hover, you can see. But if you write here like only hover, so that time you find it's nothing, because hover is not a child of this anchor tag. Hover, when just I will hover on the anchor tag, so that time, so that's why and tag. So same way, after before, like you want to add something in this after of this anchor tag, so that time you can write and after. like this. Okay, you can do that. So now guys, you can, I hope it's clear, so you can do by yourself also. After tag, before tag, suppose you want to add something inside this before tag, so here you can add like before tag like this way. And suppose you want to add not inside after tag, in the anchor tag you want to add li tag, so you can use this is li tag, so you can use the, if you want to add hover in a li tag, so you can add here hover. If you want to add a after tag in li tag, so that time you can add here after tag like this way. Okay, this is the structure of SCSS, this one. Okay, it's I hope it's clear. So now guys, here this one, suppose guys this everything I'm trying to clear. Suppose this a class, there is the ul li, this one. So inside this a class I have the another class also b. Okay, and here its content hello. So here how I will write this b class css in the SCSS. So just I will remove the hover after this tag, because I hope it is clear. Just this one I will keep it. And now guys, here inside this anchor tag there is the b tag, not ul li, right? These are the separate and b tag is the separate, but inside anchor tag. So what I will do, just I will go here, and this is anchor tag is end here. So just here simply I will add b tag, and here if I want to just add color is this color, so I can do that. You will find here like this, right? So it is clear. When it's a nested, I mean parent child relation, so that time you can do like that. Okay, so now guys, one more thing, that is, suppose this is b class, and here in the b class there is the another c class. Okay, so sometime we write the class like this way. Suppose you want to add text center, we can write the class like this way. Okay, so how you will manage this text center class? So why I'm saying this one, because guys, suppose here just I will copy this one, and here it's another class that is called c and text center. But this text center only this one you want to change. So just structure I will make it. First of all, shape and view, you can see here is the hello. So content I will change, it will be easy to understand. How are you? Okay, so you will find the content is changed, that is how are you. So b class color I have added, so I will just copy the c class. So c, this is not inside b, so here I will write c class. Okay, and here I just want to font size is 20 pixels. So font size 20 pixel I already defined. So if you want to define some other variable, you can do that. So I will write here, you can see color I define this green color. So suppose here I want to add this green color, so just here I will write color this green color. So you will find the color is changed here also. So now guys, here you can see here is the text center class, both b and c. So some common text center class, suppose I have I want to add, so you can do that. But suppose in the this text center class, I mean for the b you just want to change, right? Not for c, this one, just you want to change this one. So how you can do that? So that time this text center you want to change, and this one here it's a b class also, so you can take b class as a reference. So I want to take the b class as a reference. So inside this b class, so there is the text center. So what I will do, I will just copy this text center. So first of all, b and text center, so same I will write and dot text center class, and this one I have written. So here suppose you want to add background, so background you want to add this color. Okay, and you want to add some padding 10 pixel. So let's see. So you can see it's added only for this B class, and that you can write like this way. Okay, I hope it is clear. So nested concept, it's clear. Okay, so now guys, nested concept is clear. So now I will come to the mixin part. So mixin what is? So suppose guys, here some same thing, suppose same thing you are using in different places. Not here, just you have to be remember, not only one CSS property, some more than one CSS property you are using many of places, right? Suppose padding and margin you have written for the UL tag, and also you have written like this tag, li tag also. Okay, this li tag also. So you can notice this padding and margin I have used two different places, but again and again I am writing padding margin. Suppose it may be the border also, so border also none, and outline also none, and this border and outline also suppose I have used here, I mean this 4 CSS property. Okay, I have used some other places, suppose li tag, and also for this C tag also. So three places, just notice, three places I have used the same CSS 4 CSS property. So why I will go to write like this? So I noticed this 4 CSS property for this site I'm using maximum time. So here without writing like this we can create a mixin, so that time it comes mixin. So now how we create the mixin? Just syntax is at the rate, then mixin. After that here you have to be write a variable name. Okay, or you can say it class name, or whatever you can say. So variable name, suppose I will write P for padding, just I'm trying to write related name, M for margin, and B for border, and O for outline. So this one, and both are suppose this one. Okay, so here just simply without writing here, just simply this one you can write here. Okay, and here without writing I mean instead of this one, just you copy this one, this class name, and here you can write this class name, but simply you can do not write like that. Just syntax is at the rate, include, and this one. So you will find the same thing it's affected here. This is actually mixing. So same thing, just I will copy. So this border margin padding I have used here also, so I will paste here, and also here, so I will paste here also. So save, you can see here. So you can see mixin is affected here. So now mixin is clear also. So same way you can define some other mixin as per your needed. So now it's coming to the parameter. So parameter is related to the mixin. Okay, so why we use parameter? Suppose guys, here all the thing you can see it's the same thing, padding 0, margin 0, border none, outline none. Okay, so same thing I have added here, here, and some here also. Okay, but guys, suppose for this li tag I need the margin. Okay, I need the margin 10 pixel, but all for the ul and some other here I use it should be same. So how you can do that? For that here just will pass a parameter, so parenthesis, and here I will pass the parameter for the margin, so dollar sign, and here this is the variable name, you can write any name. So I will write here margin. Okay, but you can write anything, and this variable name I will copy, and instead margin 0 directly I have written here, but instead that here I will write dollar margin, and same thing here I will write this one, and here I will write the margin. Here I used a parameter, so parameter value I have to be pass here. So the parameter value I will pass here, suppose 20 pixel here, and here I suppose I need margin is 10 pixel, and here suppose I need the margin is 0, so I can write like this. So you will find, you can see some margin is added here also, right? But not only here and not, I mean not here. So this way you can pass the parameter. And the for this parameter, one more thing you have to be noticed. Suppose border you want 1 pixel like this, so here you can pass the another parameter using comma separator, and here you can write border. So instead of border, just you have to be write this border variable. Okay, so same way, first parameter is margin, second parameter is border. So same way, when you will pass the value, so that time first value will denotes as a margin, second value whatever you will pass here, like 1 pixel solid border. So that's why 1 pixel solid, and the border color is white. Okay, so that will be denotes as a border. But if you write by mistake this one as a first value and this 20 pixel as a second value, so that one will be denotes as a margin, and this one will be denotes as a border. So that one you have to be notice. So for that border, for ul this one, and for here suppose I need no border, so I will write none, and suppose here also, so I can pass the value is none. But if you need the border, so you can pass the value. So save, and just I will go to the browser. So you can see border is added for only ul tag. If you pass the border for this anchor tag, I mean here for this li tag also, so you can pass the border, suppose 2 pixel dashed, okay, and white color. So save, you will find here it's also a border like this way. So you can see it's very simple, right? So I mean, to structurize our code, you can see how easy it is. And if you find the style.scss, so it's just compiler creating its own format. You can see a li a hover like this, it's creating his own format. Okay, so this is actually style.scss. I hope it is clear. If you find this video is helpful, guys, so don't forget to like this video. And if you want to get more videos, so please subscribe my channel and also press the notification bell icon.